Hello friends, my name is Ed Sanders and you're joining me in my nearly completed family home. Now, my wife and I, we've been building this place for the best part of a year and a half, nearly more like a year and a quarter. So with this house, 7 bathrooms, 5 of them have got bathtubs with shower heads. 2 of them, my master and my in-laws master, has got a separate shower to a separate bath. So there's a huge amount of people using hot water. And with 3 triplet girls, the one thing I don't want to hear in the morning is, "Dad, there's no hot water," which is what I had growing up back in London. And we only had 1 bathroom. So that was 20 odd years ago. Things have changed. My brother-in-law, Tony, in Chicago, he's got a very successful building company where he builds one-off custom homes. And I phoned him, I would say 4 or 5 months ago and said, "Look, Tony, we're looking into the realm now of getting our water heater system in place. Can you recommend any?" And without beating a breath, he said Eternal Hybrid. He said, "I'm putting them in 8, 10, 12,000 square foot homes. And these things are just," he said, "they're awesome." He said, "They're animals. They do what they're supposed to do, deliver hot water and at a constant pressure." Now down in our garage is where we've actually got our water heating system set up. And I've actually got Paul Home, who's actually director of products. He's going to basically go into a little bit greater detail about the savings and the benefits of the Eternal Hybrid water heating system. Come with me downstairs. Paul Home, Director of Products for Grand Hall, thanks for coming to my house. I do appreciate it. Now, you guys at Grand Hall, what was the main reason for bringing a hybrid water heater onto the market?
Well, we actually had our hands dabbled in tankless technology for a while.
Okay.
We developed our own tankless unit. We found out that through daily usage that there was a pressure drop issue, and it's really not sometimes befitting for how a large, busy household would function. So we thought, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. How do we come up with a concept that would have the capacity of what the regular American households are used to in a tank? You know, open 4, 5, 6 faucets,
yep.
No pressure drop, hot water comes right away. But how can we also keep it flowing all at the same time,
right.
Endlessly? So we're combining the capacity and the continuity of tank and tankless into the hybrid concept.
One of the biggest questions out there that I know consumers are going to have, like myself, and I touched on it upstairs, was when you actually turn those faucets on for the hot water, how long are we going to wait for hot water?
Well, in your home, in this setup in particular, you got a whole house recirculation that always got hot water primed and ready to go in all of your pipe work.
Yep.
So when you turn it on, it'll literally take between 1 to 3 seconds to get the hot water.
You don't know how long I waited as a kid. Now, without beating down tankless, what type of kind of time are you waiting for hot water with them?
Well, tankless by design and from our own experience as well is that they don't work really well with recirculation systems. They work great if you got your faucet closer to them.
Yep.
But in a house of a larger size such as yours, it's impossible unless you want to put one right next to every bathroom.
Yeah.
So tankless by design doesn't store any hot water, and that's why they don't work well with recirculation. I mean, you got to prime and get hot water ready in all your pipe work. Without storing them, where is it going to go? So
I like the fact that it actually does give you hot water when you need it.
The system actually has a built-in sensor on both the hot and cold side, also within the tank itself. So if the water that's coming out of the tank is hotter than what you're asking for, the system actually calls for additional injection of cold water through an electronically controlled mixing valve to mix it down to just where you want it.
I mean, Paul, I look inside at this machine, and there really is nothing inside it apart from the tank, some copper pipes, and some what you expect to see a computer circuit board in there with a menagerie of pipe. It looks pretty simple. It's in there.
The innovation is really inside the heat exchanger, so we don't need complex electronics. Really, it's just sensing on the inlet and the outlet, so we know what kind of cold water you're bringing in and how hot it's going out. And the adjustment, it's all done by the computer, but all the heat exchange is just fixed.
So with this system, the consumer, me,
yes,
I'm getting consistent hot water and pressure.
Yes.
I'm using less heat. I'm chucking out very low emissions, and I'm saving some money in the long term.
And don't forget, you're saving water too.
And I'm saving water too. And I tell you what, mate, I think it really is a fantastic product. I really can't wait to fire it up.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, brother. Let's go get a cold drink.